I just recorded this whole fucking video only to realize that the camera wasn't even fucking recording all this time. But yeah, if you're here for a breakdown of the whole Rampage Jackson situation, yeah, don't expect it, because I'm not going to explain any of that. I'm going to be talking about solutions for this whole situation, not just with this particular situation, but cases like this in general, man. Like, this generation is absolutely fucked, dude. People are acting like this is an isolated sort of once in a while situation. This shit happens every day, bro. We are still talking about this while a bunch of the same shit has happened since. The only reason we're still talking about this one is because Rampage Jackson is a relatively prominent figure. When semi-famous people do shit like this, it blows the fuck up, and then it sort of brings awareness to the whole situation, and people try to break it down and find reasons and stuff like that. And yeah, I'm no better. I'm doing the same thing. Because let's be honest, if it wasn't to do with something like this, if I made a video, I would have gotten 0 views on it. Like, no one would have clicked on it. Why the fuck will anyone click on it? And yeah, the reason I said this generation is absolutely cooked is because everyone just seems to think they're the main character in a fucking edit. You know what I mean? You know, they glorify gangster shit. The music is trash. They have victim mentality. All these young guys I'm talking about. All this while having fucking TikTok brain. I feel like sometimes these people can't even differentiate between the real world and the digital world. I'm also gonna have to talk about black culture, man, because I do feel like that plays a big part here. And I'm saying black culture specifically and not black people, because I genuinely think the culture plays a significant role to why 13% of the population commits 52% of the murders and shit. I don't think this is necessarily up to genetics. I also think white people who try to act black and shit just to fit in and then they eventually kind of settle, they're equally likely to commit the crimes as a black guy would. Also, I genuinely feel like some of these white dudes who try to act black and shit, like, I feel like in their heads they stooping to the black guy's level to make themselves more relatable. Like, I genuinely believe they think they're superior, but they want those guys to be cool with them. You know what I mean? Even this whole N-word shit, like, it gotta end, man. We're never gonna fix racism unless we're playing on an even field. You know what I mean? I've seen so many people call this guy who was just assaulted a fucking neo-Nazi and shit just because he's white and he has a beard. Like, are you fucking nuts? We have people killing people over a fucking word out here. The way some of these dudes act when someone says the N-word is like as if they just murdered their mom or something. Like, it's wild. The reaction is wild. And honestly, I don't even think they're really mad. I just feel like they feel in their heads that they gotta kind of do it. Like, real go to jail, man. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, if you're a real this and if you're a real that. Maybe I said the word, maybe I didn't. Y'all wouldn't know because I bleeped it out. That ties me into another point. Rampage Jackson did what he did, or made it worse at least, because of this whole gents fucked up culture. Like, dude, you're gonna let him bitch you like that? Why the fuck were you pressured by a bunch of 12-year-olds on the internet who are disconnected from reality into damn near murdering a veteran? And I'm not even blaming those kids online, because people talk shit on the internet. People just, you know, they like instigating. They don't see it as real life. But Raja is absolutely a fucking ape-brain idiot for doing some shit like that after being pressured by a bunch of teenagers. He's 25, by the way. A lot of people out here like, oh, but he's still young, man. He's still learning. He'll make mistakes. Like, dude, just because he got a fucking dad doesn't make him a kid. Also, this isn't Rampage Jackson's fault, man. I've heard a lot of people talk about how Rampage hasn't raised him to be this way. Like, yeah, he probably raised him to stand up for himself, maybe. Also, I do think that him not being part of Raja's life for big periods of time because of his old UFC career, I think that caused him to feel a bit neglected, and I do feel like that led to him seeking validation externally. Fuck, I'm going deep with this whole shit. Because of this, maybe he was pressured by his chat the way that he was. That is a possibility, but that happens, man. Like, I grew up without a fucking dad as well, and I would never in a million years think of doing anything even close to this shit. What happened to giving a fuck about your fellow human beings, man? I'll tell you what though, like I said in the start, I have the solution to all of this shit, like especially all the gangster shit. Make all of the prisoners of all of this gang shit wear pink jumpsuits. That's right, I believe just changing the color would reduce the crime rates of all of this gang stuff significantly. Because what it is now is like I said earlier, man, like, oh, real go to jail, man. Like, they glorify this shit. Like, if they know they're gonna get absolutely bitched if they get caught, like, ooh, man, they're gonna think thrice before they even think about doing any of that stuff. And the reason why the current structure this absolutely doesn't work is because these guys sort of think like prison is just a part of all this, man, and the whole prison system and stuff, and we're just victims in the loop, and, you know, a spade for a spade, and if you're doing the gang shit, you with the gang life, you live with the gang life, whatever quotes they like to use, fucking retarded quotes. You know, as someone who's been to prison for a long time, like, he's almost respected by the community and shit. Like it's seen as a status thing for these fools. Like, if someone knows that they were in and they were forced into wearing a pink jumpsuit and high heels every day, like, there ain't no respect there. Hell, throwing lipstick, like, you got punked by the system, dog. Again, I want to say this isn't a race thing at all. I'm not saying black people's genetics caused them to do this shit. I just think the culture that they have adopted leads them down this route. And the same thing goes with white people, Latinos, any other race, man. If they adopt that sort of way of life, it's going to lead them down this route. They gotta just stop with all of the movies and the the music and stuff that glorifies violence, gang shit, murder, money, bitches, all of this lame shit, you know what I mean? I'll tell you what, man, music and movies, like forms of entertainment, are the closest thing we got in the modern world to hypnosis. Like, it genuinely brainwashes people over time, and now just look at us. Anyways, man, send this animal to prison for a long time. Hell, it's an insult to animals to call this guy an animal, because animals ain't assholes like that. But in this sad reality that we live in, he might not even get much. And a big reason for this is right here in this clip that I'm going to play after this, is that they could point out to a misunderstanding situation, like by the lawyers or whatever. They could point this out, because honestly, if you don't know the terms and the words and shit of the pro wrestling community, like, this sounds like he's basically telling him to go and fuck him up. Now, even if he did say that and meant that, like, fuck him up to the point where he's choking on his own blood and broken teeth is fucking insane.
Even when we are working like that, you don't fucking, he's a fucking idiot. So when you run in on his shit, you fucking give him his receipt. Remember what a receipt is? Give him that fucking receipt, bro. Tag his shit. If you got a fucking problem with it, I'll fucking run out there. Tag his shit, bro.
As long as I get my lick back, I'm straight. I'm not gonna fake it. Exactly. They don't want me. They don't want me in there for real, because I'm not gonna fake it. Watch. And then as soon as I do what I'm doing, I'm leaving.
He's an old man, by the way, retired veteran with PTSD. Fuck, man, I feel so bad for him, dude. But yeah, even if they did mean all of that, doing this shit to him is absolutely unjustified, and it's pure evil. To even want to do something like this is pure evil, man. Anyways, that's it for this one. I'll see y'all in the next, and until then, man, take it easy, yeah?